Hey guys, welcome back. Now and then I take up some of the questions that have come through to me in the comment sections from my fans, from my subscribers. These questions are very helpful for a lot of other people because sometimes it's a collective thought, but hey, they're just the ones putting it across. If you've got a burning question, hey, shoot it across to me in the comment section. I'll pick it up, I'll answer it. So this is a question from Sunny66. Thank you for the question. She says, always you come out with very good content. Thank you very much, Sunny. Please try to make a video on secondhand market also, but with the top developer, Old Town, JBR, Trade Center Residence, the Lakes, the Meadows. Sometimes we get very good deals. Okay, good. Going to be answering a question. So just quick note, we don't call it in this market secondhand. We call them resales because a property can pretty much change hands many times. Doesn't necessarily reflect in its value or depreciate it just because it's been changing hands many times. So we call it resale in the market. Before I answer a question, show reel first. All right, welcome back, guys. Check this out. So properties that are already been in the market, sometimes people have lived in them, or they might be brand new. They're just not straight or direct from the developer. In the Dubai market, we call them resale properties. And Sunny66 says, there's some good deals sometimes that come in those. Tell us a little bit more about the advantages, the good, the bad, the ugly on these properties, okay? So I'm going to talk for the benefit of everybody so that people can understand the semantics and then understand whether it's good, bad, or ugly for you. Number one thing that I'm going to re-emphasize, look, when I'm helping my investors invest, myself as well, I try to push a process, a framework in an organized fashion so that advice is customized to your personal situation, your life goals, your vision, and your financial situation. We don't do the disorganized, shoot from the hip, make a decision from the gut approach. So whether it's a resale property you're buying or from the developer that you might be purchasing, at the end of the day, it's going to be very customized in terms of advice particular to your situation. But here are some of the differences, okay? Number one, when you're buying a resale property, you're essentially committing to making sure that you've got 100% of all the money in your pocket, okay? All the money. If you can't see this, it's all the money that you need in your pocket. So let's just throw out some numbers, okay? You're looking to purchase a property that's worth 10 million dirhams. You essentially need 10 million dirhams in your pocket as cash to be able to purchase this property. Now, you could also obviously put a down payment of 20-25%, and the balance you could bring in a lending partner such as a bank or another financial institution that's legal in the UAE, or if you've got an international mortgage. The point that I'm trying to make is to take possession of this property, you're going to have to deploy 100% cash. So that's the first difference between buying on the resale market as compared to an off plan or from the developer, because you might get some favorable development payment plans, right? Number two, whatever property that you're looking to purchase, estimate about 6 to 7% on top of the purchase price as closing costs, okay? In this, essentially speaking, there could be 2 to 3% agency fee, 4% is current Dubai Land Department registration fees, and I keep about 1% in ancillary fees for things that might come up, such as service fees, etc., here and there for incendiary fees. So number one, full money has to be deployed. Number two, you're going to be paying 7% extra. Now, when you're buying from the developer, sometimes they'll take care of the 4%. The ancillary fees might not be applicable at the moment, or they might come in play much later. And the 2 or 3%, the agency fee, the developers are going to take care of that. So you're not going to have to pay that. So 7% discount, technically speaking, you could get. However, obviously, there are some benefits as well. At the moment, this is what the current market is like, okay? the price that you're going to pay on the resale market, okay, is generally lower if you could compare it to a property at the moment in the same range. Like, I'm not saying comparing oranges and apples, so you can't compare a resale property that's 4 years old in downtown. So let's talk about an established area in downtown. So a property that's 4 years old by Emaar, which is the preeminent developer in Dubai, and a property that's brand new from Emaar or going to be delivered brand new, let's say in 6 months or 1 year, you can't, this isn't an apple to orange comparison, because 4 years is a property that's, you know, in Dubai parlance, it's considered to be not old, but it's getting on, okay, 4 years. And, you know, the things that Emaar or any of the other developers would have done in those middle 4 years in terms of increasing or giving more value in terms of the apartment or perhaps the amenities, so on and so forth, you can't really compare it. What would be ideal is comparing an off-plan property today versus an off-plan property 1 year old, right? That's more comparable. Generally speaking, the price in a resale property is going to be lower because the developer is giving you a payment plan. Therefore, he's factoring in the cost of capital that's going to be coming over a period of time. And because you're committing to paying all the money up front, you can benefit from a, generally speaking, lower price. But don't forget, you're also paying 7%, right? So it's almost like going to the developer, getting a 7% discount, then negotiating further to get another 7% discount. Boom, from the developer, you've almost all of a sudden got 14% discount. Whereas from the private market, you're looking to now, you know, you got to haggle the right way with professionals involved, okay? Number 4, the deal has to be carried, okay? Now, why do I say this, okay? Not to scare you away, okay? My longest transactions taken 6 months, sometimes 3 months, sometimes 1 month. My shortest transaction was 2 days or 3 months on the resale market. Sometimes the sellers know what they're doing, the buyers know what they're doing, all the ducks are in line. Boom, we can put a transaction together like this if everybody knows what they're doing, okay? Whereas sometimes there are obstacles from the developer, you know, payment plans, maybe fines, so on and so forth. So a deal in the real resale market needs to be carried by professionals. Now, in the Dubai market, generally speaking, the agents become those professionals, but more and more, I always recommend using a conveyancing company. Sometimes a conveyancing company has a lawyer on board who can do it more professionally for you. But if it's agents who are doing it for you, you know, things can get a little bit messy, and you know, we want to avoid that. We want a suitable, honest, competent, experienced agent who can carry the deal forward. Now, most of the top companies are forcing buyers and sellers to pay between $4,000 to $7,000 for in-house. They call it sales progression because I think they're not licensed to do conveyancing. But you know, I think it's a fair thing to do because honest to God, if the real estate agent's job is to sell you the property and probably knows a lot about selling you the property, he doesn't know about carrying the deal forward. And if you left it to the real estate agent's devices, he might end up messing the deal up to a certain extent, where there's going to be more senior managers later on getting involved to salvage the deal. So I think this is a fair amount of money. It's a decent amount of money. You know, you're buying like a property worth 10 million. So it's okay to pay this, okay? Number 5, sorry. You're going to have to do due diligence on making sure that everything is halal and kosher with regards to the seller situation. At the present moment in time, things are a little bit trickier because there's a weird pandemic going around the world. You want to make sure that the seller and the buyer can go through with the transaction online. You know, buying directly from the developer is very easy. You transfer money to the developer's escrow account. you pretty much know you're safe and secure. Whereas if you're sitting in the UK trying to buy a property on resale, you're going to have to appoint somebody locally here with a power of attorney. The land department is going online in lots of ways. We had transfers happen with you sitting in the UK. You purchase a property, the land department would do a video conference call with you over Zoom or Bottom or something. But even before you get that, you got to do a lot of due diligence to make sure the seller is genuine, everything's kosher and good. Okay. 6. Okay, let's just try to bring this to a close. Okay, quality of the property needs to be inspected, checked. You need to tick all the boxes, make sure that it's a good building, good quality, well-maintained apartment. The warranty is still valid in Dubai. There's 10 years of warranty on the structure of the building. The defects liability period is only for the first year. So basically, if you buy a resale property and, what's the worst that can happen, right? The air conditioning unit blows out. Maybe it's 10, 15,000 dirhams, 20,000 dirhams for the work and for bring it up to speed. It's not the end of the world, but hey, it's part of business, okay? So you need to check the quality of the situation. Number 7 is tenant. Look, in Dubai, we've got decent strict laws. You can't just kick the tenant out. You can't just step in and say, hey, Mr. Tenant, leave. There's a 12-month notice period that you need to give. So if you're looking to increase rent, it's not going to happen. So because you can't kick the tenant out except for 3 reasons. One is you want to live in it yourself or your first degree relative, and it has to be proven. Number 2, you want to sell the property. And number 3, if there is harm that could come to the tenant by living in the property because the roof is falling out, right? And if you kick the tenant out based on number 1 or 2 and you end up not moving in, or your relative doesn't move in, or you don't sell the property, you got to go back to the tenant and give them the first right of refusal to come back in at the same rent, right? So, resale properties are blessings. Last but not the least, look, did I actually tell you, to be honest with you, that resale properties are better for you to purchase as opposed to a property from the developer? No, I didn't, because it essentially truly depends on your personal situation, your financial, your vision, your goal. Dubai is a maturing market. We've got amazing projects. Like, I'll give you an example. If you're thinking Dubai Marina is hot and awesome for Airbnb, guess what? Emaar Beachfront is going to be better, right? For tons of reasons. Check out my video on Emaar Beachfront versus Dubai Marina. This is my opinion, okay? So, you got to balance things out. You got to see what's what. But guess what? In Dubai Marina, you could pretty much pick up a 1-bedroom less than 1 million. In Emaar Beachfront, you can't. So if you've got less than 1 million, guess what? I ain't going to be convincing you about Emaar Beachfront. I'm going to tell you Marina is, because of your personal financial situation, a better fit for you. So I hope that I made that clear. Advice needs to be customized. It's not good or bad. There's pros and cons on both sides, and then you make a decision. If you want to work with me, look, apply to work with me. I'm happy. I take on some clients, 1 or 2 every month, to personally work with me, and then take more clients to work with my team, which is supervised by me. There are payments that will be paid, to make sure that we're working together and committed to each other. So if you're looking to work with me, look, there is a link below. Ciao for now. Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. My name again is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I started in 2006 in Toronto, Canada, and since 2007 I've been doing this in Dubai. I generally talk about real estate, your life, my life, and our path to allowing financial bliss coming to us. If you want to work with me, such as buy a property in Dubai, or you need general advice, you can hit me up on in the contact form below. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, press the bell icon, and hit the like button, and share it with other friends. Ciao for now.